Good morning. It's May the 1st here in beautiful Pelham, Alabama, Mtn State Park. And we are getting ready for a fun day. The sky looks a little ominous, but you know, just like life, we've been through storms and come through them. My daddy always said, what don't kill you makes you stronger. So I take that to heart. I know some people think that's kind of a stupid adage of life, but I see it as the truth. You know, so far in this camp work position, hadn't seen nothing too bad. It's a newly renovated campground, and hadn't had any explosive diarrhea bathrooms yet. I'm sure that'll come as the summer wears on. Ground crews starting to freshen up property and getting it ready. You know, it's camp season. May 1st starts a huge camp season. Summer strong, people coming in, going out. A lot of 2 or 3 nighters, a few overnighters, but you know, you got your occasional come and stay a week. But it's a great place to make friends and make memories. It's not far away, and got to clean up a few campsites today. I got to go hang some string lights that have, or actually take down some string lights that are, for whatever reason, in the timberline glamping tents, there's squirrels like to eat the string lights. How many of y'all out there that notice that if you're doing campground work, that squirrels tend to eat the string lights? Not gonna be a bad day. Some point today I need to go pick up some materials to build a ramp for a storage shed here at the park. But I mean, all in all, you know, I could be laying in a coma in a hospital bed or an ICU. And I'm thankful God gives me this opportunity that I can do something with my hands and use my mind to think. And you know, so many times people are dealt a deck of cards that's unfair, and they don't have that opportunity. They get in their silver-aged years, the hair on their head and their face starts turning gray, and they get stricken with an illness and not able to do something. I rode my bicycle 10 miles yesterday. Yeah, it's an e-bike and it's got an assisted pedal, but still I rode it 10 miles. And you know, the way I look at it is, thank God for that. May the 6th last year, I had a massive heart attack and flatlined in an ambulance, had to be shot back to life. So I appreciate the chance God gave me to get up this morning and do something productive with my life. You know, people tend to take for granted what life has to give them. Man, you've been thinking about doing something and you're on the fence about it, do it. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? Go do it. All you can say is, man, I shouldn't have done that, or hell yeah, that turned out great. But if you don't do it, you're never gonna be able to say that. So it's like, you know, I used to listen to a preacher back home. He'd come on in the mornings and he'd say, these are perceptions of life. You know, what you choose to perceive in your life is different than what I might choose to perceive in mine. But I will say this: if you're on a limb about, I just don't think I can, or I ought not, or should I, hell yeah, you should. Take that opportunity and do it, man. You know, it's like, words of Doc Holliday in that movie Tombstone. He said, "I'm your huckleberry." You know, something gets thrown at you, catch it, run with it. If you make it, heck yeah. If you don't, try again. Got a buddy of mine, my old hood neighborhood, says, man, what are you getting into now? What are you doing now? You start more businesses. You know, it's the achieving it that's the high for me. Yeah, I think of an idea, I rationalize how I'm going to approach doing it. I grab it by the balls and I hold on and I achieve it and I make it happen. And then I'm ready to move on to something else. I don't know what you call that kind of person, but it's just that I guess when I was a kid, and I wish to God I could meet this woman one day again, because I'd like to tell her that she was wrong. You know, in 9th grade, she told me, she said, "Kenmore," she said, "I don't even know why you're here. You're wasting my time. You're never gonna make it in nothing in life. You ought to just go on and quit." Now, that's a terrible thing for a 9th grade history teacher to tell a child. But she told me that. And I don't know who all had her. And I hope that your outcome in life wasn't bad, because that caused me to say, yes, I am gonna make it. And you're right. I don't know why I'm here wasting your time either, because I got a lot better places I can be. I got up and I walked out. 10 years later, I went and took my GED test, made the highest score that had ever been made at that point at that school, a perfect grade in the GED test. Went on to graduate college, and I have owned countless businesses. At 55 years of age, I'm sitting in a campground enjoying the fruits of my labor and working for pennies, because that's what I want to do. But you know what? I've seen the world. I've had the opportunity to visit Europe and Israel and Turkey and Jordan and South America, Central America. So to that teacher that says, "I don't know why you're here, wasting my time and your time," you're right. So I would like to meet you one day, if you hadn't already been called home. And in the words of a great assistant principal, those of you that know him, Mobile County has been passed on for a few years now. Bless your hearts. He would tell us that every day. Bless your heart. Get up. If you're thinking and you're on the edge about making a decision, do it. I promise you, you won't regret it. See you tomorrow.